Everyone knows how to take a screenshot. Side button and volume up. But do you really want to fill up your camera roll with a bunch of screenshots that end up in a junk folder? Did you know that when you take the screenshot, you can mark up or crop whatever you want, then tap the check mark in the top right. You'll see the option, Copy and Delete. Tap that. Now your cropped or marked up screenshot goes straight to your clipboard and never saves to your photos. Instead, you can paste what you really wanted to Notes, for example, or wherever you need it, and you're done. No more screenshot album filling up with junk. If you're taking that screenshot just for some text, you can select the text directly from the screenshot, copy it to your clipboard, and let the screenshot go. Then go paste the text into your favorite document or note. One more quick tip about screenshots. If you prefer the way it used to be, with the screenshot dropping in the bottom corner, go to Settings, General, Screen Capture, and toggle off Full Screen Previews. This will send it to the bottom left corner where you still have a moment to tap it and grab whatever you need before deleting, or let it go to your camera roll. With this method, you still have all the same options. It just defaults to save it away for later. Have you ever had a group of photos that needed the exact same edit applied? Let's say you have a group of photos that you would like to apply a filter to. Just edit the first photo. Let's choose Vivid Cool. Tap it once to see the before and after. That's just another cool trick to remember. Then tap the check mark to save the changes. Now tap the ellipsis in the top right and choose Copy Edits. Now go to the photos that you want to edit. Select all the photos you wish to change. Tap the ellipsis, select Paste Edits. All those adjustments apply instantly. It allows you to edit once and paste everywhere. This is perfect when you have a bunch of shots from the same location. Have you ever taken a selfie and the words on your t-shirt are backwards? Open the photo and tap Edit. Use the crop tool, then tap this button to flip it. You can also straighten or reframe it at this point. Also, if you have any photos with other people in the shot, you can remove them quickly by tapping Edit, then tap the Cleanup tool. Give it a moment to identify people in the photo. Then you can simply tap them to remove people or the unwanted objects. Super easy. It fills in the background naturally. And tap Done when it looks right. You already know anytime the keyboard is up, whether it's messages, notes, or email, just press and hold the spacebar. The keys go gray and the whole keyboard turns into a trackpad. Slide your finger around to move the cursor a bit, lift it in place. But did you know that if you need to select text, you can keep holding the spacebar down, tap the same keyboard area with a second finger, and now you have handles so you can select text. Very handy gesture. In the Notes app, there's no need to jump to the Calculator app for quick math while you're taking notes. Just type a calculation like 27 times 4 equals, and your iPhone can solve it right in the note. To control how the answers appear, tap the ellipsis menu in the top right, choose Math Results, then pick your preference. If you select Insert Results, it automatically adds the answer into the note as soon as you finish typing the equation. You don't even have to type the equal sign. If you select Suggest Results, the default, it waits until you type the equal sign and then shows the answer so you can decide whether to insert it. You can also turn Math Results off anytime. If you're writing something that looks like an equation, but you don't want notes to calculate it. When you're using equations, you can leave the equal sign intact after the answer, and you can run what-if scenarios just by changing any of the numbers or variables, and the result updates instantly. These math notes also handle trigonometry and unit conversions like 10 kilometers to miles, and currency conversions such as 100 British pounds, which instantly shows the amount in US dollars. If one of these tips is new to you, let me know in the comments below. It's helpful to know on your home screen, just press and hold any icon, and a menu pops up with a shortcut specific to that app. For example, Camera gives you selfie, video, portrait, etc. Settings shows quick access to Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, battery, etc. Safari offers private tabs, for example. The App Store has updates, which is quick access to update all. Just remember to pull down to get all those updates done. They update automatically, however, sometimes it takes a couple of days for the automatic process to happen, and this catches them up quickly. Long press is a quick way to access many things that you use every day. Another quick way to toggle on and off various settings is from Spotlight. From any home screen, swipe down to open Spotlight Search. Start typing the name of any setting: Bluetooth, airplane mode, low power mode, reduced motion, etc. With one tap from here, you can toggle them on and off. Siri can do these too, so keep that in mind. But I recognize that everyone doesn't like to do things the same way. Either way, it's a lot faster than digging through all those settings. When you need a helping hand, back tap can come in handy for quick access to the feature of your choosing. Go to Settings, Accessibility, Touch, Back tap. I recommend triple tap to prevent accidental taps more common with double tap. And you can choose from dozens of useful items, such as Screenshot, Control Center, Home, or even a shortcut. Now just tap the back of your phone 3 times fast and it triggers. Just make sure it's not something that causes you issues when you accidentally tap, such as blasting your favorite playlist during a quiet ceremony because you tapped it by mistake. Voice of experience? Maybe so. If you've ever fallen asleep listening to music on your iPhone or watching a YouTube video, then woke up hours later and had trouble falling back asleep, here's how to prevent that from ever happening again. Open the Clock app on your iPhone. Tap on Timers at the bottom right. Set a timer for 30 minutes or whatever you choose. Then tap the row that says When Timer Ends. Scroll to the bottom and select Stop Playing and tap Set in the top right corner. Now start your timer and simply go start your music or podcast or YouTube video, and when the countdown hits 0, your iPhone will automatically shut down whatever media is running and lock your device. This works flawlessly for basically any media app. Here's today's life lesson that brings this all together. The biggest upgrades usually aren't hardware or software. They're the small, deliberate habits that you build with the tools you already own. Decluttering screenshots, reusing edits, jumping straight to what you need. These little efficiencies compound. It has been said that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Master the simple stuff, and everything else gets easier. A quick shout out to all the subscribers. Thank you so much for everything you do. I really enjoy reading your comments and answering all of your questions, so keep those coming. If you haven't subscribed yet, it's free to do. And thanks so much for all the likes and hypes. This is Mike with Easy and Simple. Thanks so much for watching.